Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. Here we are looking at Bitcoin US dollar index on the 1 minute time frame, and we are looking at that big dump that occurred down to 40,500 approximately. But reason why we're on the 1 minute because I just want to point out that we only got about below about 41.7 for a period of 2 minutes. Um, So, I mean, we did dump down to 41.7 at least. And looking at Bitcoin, we're on the 1 minute here as well. I was looking at how many Bitcoins were dumped here. I'm not exactly sure how futures work, but they're not really Bitcoins. They're some sort of contracts or something. But anyway, there was a total of about 400 dumped in the few minutes around this area. And here on futures, and 730 dumped on in this couple minute period over on the index. But we don't want to be on the minute here. It doesn't really matter, but let's do something like the hourly, and just to see that even though we had this huge dump here, the bears still could not close this gap. And that was the whole point. And this is the point I've been making. This gap is here to suck the tokens away from the bears. It's to suck up all the Bitcoin liquidity here. Um, so anyway, that's what they allowed them to think, that they're going to do this. They're going to continue to do this. Allow everyone to think they're closing this gap, and then suck it all back up, back here to around. Oh my God, we're back up to 42.5. Look at us go. So I wanted to make that point. Now going back to our regular chart here. Let's go to an hourly maybe. I did want to make a change here. So what I have done, this was this orange parallel triangle heading downward with the purple center line, dashed center line, was the flag pattern we had traded in. We did break out of that, had a target up to here, did not quite get there. And realizing now what we did, actually, I cloned this channel and placed it on top, and you can see that we perfectly traded one channel above what we had been trading in. Now, also looking at where we're at now, really what we're still within this channel. But we've come down to the lowest wick outside that channel, which I want to make inside that channel. So I drew this line here, but I'm having problems with it changing its slope as I go from day to hour to whatever. So we're just going to get rid of that, and we are going to pull this down. Where's my little square? I want to go to this one. We're going to pull this down to match that right there. We're going to get rid of this one for now. We're going to clone this one, and we're going to place this on top of it, and it's going to match those other two. I bet it's going to match those other two. It's close enough. Those other two wicks that were outside. See, this one and this one were outside the channel. Now everything is within the two channels. This isn't exact. I'd like to get this a little bit more exact. So bear with me a second. Ah, shit. There, got it. Okay. And things match up better with the center lines here now. These right there, they do here and here. Well, we'll see. Looks pretty good to me. Now, originally, I don't really want to. Maybe if we go to a 4 hour, we can go to a 4 hour. We might be able to see more clearly. Originally, I had predicted we would follow this fluorescent green line here since like way back here. Never did make it up to this part, but we sure made up for it right here. And since then have been kind of following the line. And over the weekend I changed this. I said, what, I don't think we're coming down here. And I added this fuchsia colored line here. I thought we might deviate here, and I still think we do. I think this is a big fake out. I think tomorrow, or maybe one of these 2 days here, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, boom, we're going to pump right back up to the top of this channel. But essentially what we are doing is we're just oscillating within this orange parallel channel right here, oscillating upwards as we have been doing for quite some time. If I zoom out, how long have we been doing that? Well, since back here, since the end of September, we've just been oscillating in this line, basically in a little bit wider of a channel here. But essentially, since September, we've just been oscillating upwards in this channel, and arguably since the end of September, since October, more so in the bottom portion of the channel. We came up out of it there. But yeah, we're just oscillating, so it makes sense that we would come down here and up. I think we have too much momentum. And people that are doing analysis and stuff like that, they're just failing to see the overall picture. That you got a dozen institutions that are trying to get spot ETFs approved, and people are just really underestimating the adoption that is going to be taking place in Bitcoin. And 40,000 is a freaking bargain. And people are just really underestimating it. But not the big boys. They're playing these games and they're sucking all this up. And the reason why we've been pumping for however many weeks straight with all these green candles is because they're all trying to get their hands on it while they can. They know under 48,000 is a steal. They know under 90,000 is a steal because 90,000 is going to be the bottom of the next bear market. They know that under 90,000 is safe long term. And under 48,000 is a steal. In the past year, Bitcoin has tripled in price during the accumulation phase of the market. You don't think it's not going to triple in the next year during the bull run phase of the market? People that are coming up with estimates under $100,000 are absolutely out of their freaking minds. We are going to be at a minimum of 125,000 next November. 125,000 next November to 225,000 in probably April and possibly again in November of 2025. I think those are very reasonable expectations. So they're just playing games with us right now and sucking up. You'll see some volatility. You'll see these quick crashes down, and I expect we're going to recover here pretty quickly. The only way we're going to see a significant longer term pullback is if we get well above 48,000. In the way I see it, that's the only way. That's the only way we're going to see a significant pullback if we get way up, way up, way up there. And I'm just talking, I'm not even doing anything with the chart. It should be. The only way we're going to see a significant pullback like this is if we get way up here to 60,000. If we stay down here, we're just going to kind of see a choppy kind of deal. Maybe that's all we do. Maybe we just chop up and down like in this channel or something like that. Because we will be right about here at the halving event, I do believe. And I could be wrong. I could be lowballing this right here. There may be so much demand for Bitcoin that I'm going to have to erase this little squiggly green line down here. We may continue up in this portion of the blue parallel channel here and never come down there. That would be 60 to that's like up at 72,000. Yeah, maybe that's getting a little carried away. But yeah, this might be getting carried away. Because we would have who knows? I really, so just going based on past results, and you got to consider the price is a lot higher, so it is going to take a lot more money coming into the market to drive the price upwards. But I think we got that. I've been stating over and over. I'm just going to stick with my theory that we are going to begin the bull market right out here somewhere, end of June, early July, somewhere. I mean, the parabolic run upwards like this. Got it all mapped out. So it's got to stick with my game plan. This is what I saw, and I'm sticking to it. However, I do believe that we will maybe deviate from the green squiggly line. Now, I just kind of did a squiggly thing, although I did kind of really try to guess accurately where it might squiggle. I do think this purple kind of colored line is a possibility here. Now, that being said, we're on a daily time frame. Look at this candle. Look at how it dumped down and it got all sucked up. We're at 42,250 now. And I wouldn't be surprised if we turned green by the end of the day today. Now, as far as a weekly candle, what to expect, I do believe that by next Sunday, a week from now, we get a whole week. What we will see is that this candle will have a long wick on the bottom, a long wick on the top, and be just a little short, fat guy in the center. And I don't know if it's going to be a short little red guy or a short little green guy. But something like that. So back to a daily, because that would make sense. Well, let's go back to a weekly. Let's just go back and forth and confuse the F out of everybody. That kind of pattern would make sense. After these couple of long candles here, one of these short little candles makes a lot of sense right here before continuing on upwards. words. There's no words. Actually, what I was trying to say is there's no way in my crazy triangle mind that I see us coming down this way anywhere over 30, any kind of number with a starting with a 3 or anything like that. It's absolutely ridiculous. Um, now switching to a daily time frame. Let's see what that would look like. And going over to next Sunday. Here is Sunday. Now, in order to have a short, fat little red center, we could come down to the bottom of our orange channel here at about 43,141. That would produce a short little red candle with a long tail at minimum, and possibly also a long um, tail. Two long tails on both sides. Now, if we had a short green candle, that would mean that we finish, or even maybe just a thin little line. I don't really like these here. This green one would be okay. This green dashed line is the center line of this shorter green parallel channel, which is a green parallel channel within a green parallel channel, I think. But anyway, that's a good center line. And we have held this center line right here for quite a while. So I would like that. That's nice. Could I have a green center line closure, please? Or there's a blue dashed line in between these white lines. And I'd really like that if we could make one of those, if we could finish up there at the center line of the orange channel and the center line of the blue channel. That would be freaking awesome if we finish there next week. Um, and that would indicate further movement up here. So that's how I see the week playing out. I think this is just a big trap, and we'll see. We got CPI on Tuesday. For some reason I would thought it was Monday. Oh, somebody's pew-pewing me. Some reason I thought it was Monday, but it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, and the FOMC meeting is on Wednesday. So we'll see. Maybe truly people are just waiting to see what happens here. Could be, and maybe we get some ETF news too, because Gary did. People were pointing out that Gary did release some sort of warning, a warning about investing in crypto asset securities. He says. And they also pointed out that when he's done, and I remember he did something like that in the past, and it was right before something that they approved, and I forget exactly what it was. So could possibly be. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else, nothing to see here. Let's see what's in the green right now. So see, we are recovering. We had dumped down quite a bit. But we're back under. I think we're like as much as 6% on total three. Maybe let's look at the total three chart. Yeah, we came all the way down to 427. Now we're back up to 444. Nice. So we're halfway back to where we were. Like I said, we're going to see some volatility in shake and bakes. Got the I. You know what I've noticed? It seems to me that they pick a letter. They'll pick a letter like all the I's are pumping, and then like sometimes the A's are pumping, or sometimes the C's are pumping. I know that's not real, but it seems that way sometimes. Ooh, a lot of these have taken a big dump. Let's look at our friend Render. It's still up there. What about Solana? Solana took a little bit of a hit. Yep, everything that I got on my chart is pretty much in the red, except a few. AMP. Ooh, look at AMP go. All right, so I don't think there's anything else I want to say except that, as usual, you should look into Alto IRA as for your crypto Roth IRA uh, custody platform or whatever. What am I trying to say? Anyway, look into them. I really like them and very easy to use. They use Coinbase to trade and custody your crypto. And my Alto IRA account's doing pretty good. And I'm really looking forward to being able to put some more in January. Put some more into that account so that can grow tax free till I'm a much older man than the older man I am now. All right, like, subscribe. See you next time.